Hey everybody, welcome to Nashville. And what is this Nashville event all about? Well, first off, I can tell you this. When you purchase a ticket for the Dental Festival in Nashville, you'll be purchasing a ticket that allows you to go to up to 20 different dental conferences. These conferences are usually located all throughout the country at different times, but we've brought everybody together at one place to collaborate. So we're gonna be at the Omni Hotel, the Joseph Hotel, and the Tri-Brand Marriott hotels. Those hotels, literally, you step out the door and you walk across the street. They're all there. And what it looks like as an attendee is each day you get to pick the conference that you want to go to. You only need to purchase one ticket and you get in to all of them. Another really cool thing is this, is that we believe that fun is extremely important. We believe that you learn 10 times faster when you're having fun. And so we believe 50% should be education and 50% should be amazing fun and experiences that you will never forget. So welcome to the Dental Festival in Nashville. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This event is the 6th through the 10th of July in 2022. And if you wanna come for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or 4, that is completely up to you. Same cost of a ticket, and you just pick the conferences that you want to go to. It's totally up to you. We have a central vendor hall where everybody could go and learn about all the different products and innovations in dentistry, and we have separate conferences throughout the entire event that you get to choose from. So whatever you want to be educated on, I'm sure that we have it. Make sure to get your ticket as soon as possible. The sooner you purchase your ticket, the cheaper the ticket will be. And please remember, if you don't like fun, this conference is not for you. But if you like to have the time of your life, Dental Festival is for you. I will see you there.
And I left it all in the pool, and I struggled to get through school that day. But anyway, all right. Well, we're going to be going live pretty soon here. All business consultant, author, and inventor. He has 20 years of experience working with dental practices and groups. He is the co-founder of Patient Prism, an award-winning call tracking software that leverages the power of artificial intelligence to review every new patient phone call that doesn't end in a booked appointment. Analyze that conversation and provide fast call coaching so the dental team can win back that potential patient during a follow-up call. Never let them get away. You know, the little one that got away, big one that got away, they're all big ones, right? Don't let them get away. All right. And so Amal has 5 patents to his credit. And he is also one of the most well-known and highly followed thought leaders in dentistry and shares his knowledge abundantly via social media platforms. Amol Nurgukar is right here. Hello. Okay, they're sneaking in here on me. I like that, okay. And finally, we have Tammy Filipiak, a dental hygienist with 34 years of experience within general and specialty practice, as well as educational and management settings. Filipiak has been in a DSO clinical leadership role for the past 17 years. She's a strategic partner within the organization to support execution of organizational initiatives in support of 600 plus, over 600 dental offices in 30 states. Wow. She's a member of the American Dental Hygienists Association since 1986. She served as president in 2017 to 2018, as the chair of the ADHA Institute of Oral Health in 2018 to 19. Filipiak served, I would just say Tammy. I don't know why they put Filipiak in here, but our dear sweet Tammy right here, she has served the ADHA in a wide range of areas, including as a member of the task force that revised the standards for clinical dental hygiene practice and held leadership positions within the Wisconsin Dental Hygienists Association, including a term as the organization's president. She's been recognized for her leadership with numerous awards, including the Johnson & Johnson ADHA Award for Excellence in Dental Hygiene and ADHAs. Okay, so Tammy Filipiak, she's a Badger from Wisconsin. Hello. So let our panel begin, except we got to bring out the man of the hour, of course, Mr. Everything, Mr. Dental Festival himself. Can we bring out Elijah? Where are you? He's coming. He's coming. There's that music.
It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
How's everybody doing? I want to tell you guys, this is not a fire happening, this is smoke. That was a big deal that just happened. Should we do that again? Should we re-imitate that? That walk on? I didn't even know that. That was a surprise. Thank you, guys. So first off, the people that are here in this room with us virtually and here in person, I want to thank you for coming. There's a lot of places you could be, like the beach, but you chose to come here. So I want to let you know that I really appreciate you. And next thing is I really appreciate you for. You're representing a large part of dentistry, and each and every one of you are amazing individuals that I had the pleasure to get to know in the past few years, some of you, few months. And I can't tell you how much I respect you, and you're changing the world of dentistry in the best way. So thank you guys so much. So I get to ask them amazing questions. You guys get to listen. I would also say this. If you are watching virtually right now, if you could please take the video that's streamed live on the Dental Festival page and YouTube and LinkedIn, and I want you to share it with about 2 to 3 different groups. And after you share it, that means more people will have awareness of this event that's taking place. And I just want to thank you guys again for understanding the value of what you guys do and taking that part of the industry and doing a lot of good things with it. So we'll start off with question number 1, and I'll start on this side if that's okay. And we'll just work our way here and work our way there, all right? So what are the top 2 challenges of running a DSO group?
I mean, from my perspective in my role, I would say many of you would not be surprised today to hear it's staffing. I think, that's just something that I think would highlight, again, the role that the DSO can play in being a great place for clinicians to work because of so many of the things that we do offer, which I think we'll talk a little bit more about maybe in another question. But I would say, building consistency in systems is the other thing that brings a real value in our environment. And I think we'll talk a little bit more about that too in the varying areas that, that impacts clinicians and I think brings a level of confidence to everybody as a provider to be able to provide great care for patients, know that you're working in an organization that is taking care of you as an individual and providing, a number of different and important support services.
Thank you. Mo.
Yes, sir.
What are the top 2 challenges of running a DSO group?
The top 2, I think from my perspective, what I see, not just through Patient Prism or what we do in terms of phones and communication, one of the big things is how do you get the right people on the bus in your organization and how do you keep them inspired, right? It's very hard as organizations grow larger, the problems that you face in a single dental office start multiplying. And the owners of, in a single dental office, you have an owner that can talk to everybody, say hi, hello. But when you have 10 offices, 1,500, 1,000 offices, there's no way to touch everybody. So it becomes really important, as Tammy said, you've got to have systems in place. But to get people inspired around a single cause and to get them to adhere and wear the culture on their sleeve. So culture is a challenge. One of the big things that you can do to get an organization to succeed is to instill a great culture. But it's hard to do it at scale because how do you get people to do that? So that's, I think, challenge number 1 is inspiration and getting everybody in the right place, right seats at the right time and inspired to do well. I think the second challenge the industry as a DSO is facing is capacity. Is do we have, I mean, there's, the dental industry is so big and it's highly underutilized. Right now, only 50% of Americans have seen a dentist. So how do you, as capacity increases, how do you treat more patients? How do you get them to really come into the dental office? How do you get them to accept treatment? and how do you get them to, live the best lives? So those are the two challenges the DSOs are dealing with right now, and they're doing a fairly good job thinking about these problems. Teams getting inspiring teams, and figuring out how to really address the issue of getting access to care to as many people as possible.
Thank you. Brian, you're up.
Well, I don't know if this is a top two. It's always dangerous to try to make, the top one, top two. But the challenge is right now, the DSO industry, you got to get along with your affiliated doctors, because under the DSO model, the doctors have to own basically the dental practices, and the DSO can't practice dentistry, can just provide non-clinical support services. So it's really like a loose affiliation partnership. No one's more important than the other, and you got to get along with your doctors or you're going to have a problem. Two, you got to put patients in the seats. It's a lot bigger discussion than this answer to the question. A mall, for example, has great tools to get patient retention and people to come back, all kinds of neat artificial intelligence. Obviously, Darren at the DEO does a terrific job of, building infrastructure and practices so they can retain their patients, but you got to put patients in the seats. Three, you got to follow the regulations. If you don't follow the regulations, you can get in serious trouble. Lots of regulations affect the DSO industry. Four, you got to attract and retain talent. Right now, we have an acute staffing shortage nationwide. In particular, the DSO industry is no different. You got to be able to attract and retain talent, particularly with dentists, because no matter how well funded you are and how great your business plan is, only dentists can practice dentistry. And if you can't bring dentists into your organization, you can't expand. And then the final thing I would say is, Amal touched on this, culture. Okay, it's really important that you differentiate your organization from everybody else. Everybody, for example, Tammy's boss, Steve Bilt, has a great quote at Smile Brands. He says, he's never seen an organization that didn't espouse values that sound wonderful, but when time comes for execution, what actually happens often is different from the espoused values. So you've got to have espoused values that are really, really good, and then you got to walk the walk, and you have to implement your culture. And that's not two things, but that's sort of the key to the challenges facing the DSO industry right now.
Thank you, Brian. All right, Darren.
I'll just add to all of that. We all on this panel know Tammy's boss really well. And how is it that at, 5,000 or 6,000 employees, I know their mission statement is smiles for everyone. And I would challenge you in the audience, if you have a team of less than 50, and I took them into different interrogation rooms and asked them, what is your mission? Would they be able to say the same thing, or would they say different things? I would venture to say they'd say different things. And so that's number one. What is the vision? Do we have 100% alignment? Because you could have really talented people rowing in the wrong direction from one another.
Thank
It's
you.
more important to go in the right direction than to go quickly in the wrong. So that's fundamental, especially when you're scaling.
We're going to go ahead and start you off this time, and we'll go back this way. What events should I attend to learn more about emerging groups and DSOs?
Not miss another one for as long as I live. He runs the premium conference. Obviously at the DEO, we do a lot of things emerging group based. So if you're going from one mega location to your second satellite and beyond, we're a good fit for you. We have another event coming up in Orlando next month. And then the ADSO is an event that actually all three of my panelists just came from in Vegas. And that's kind of like the association that lobbies for group practice. And there's a lot of great education, kind of like the ADA for groups, if you will. And so those three, in my opinion, are the three main conferences that one should attend.
Thank you.
Same question. Well, in case anybody, I'll take the suspense out of it. The Dykema conference would be the first one that I would suggest that everybody attend. And I know everybody except Tammy, for reasons that escape me, attended our conference this year. It was really, really good. We had 1,400 people there, and really all segments of the DSO industry were there. Elijah, I think we're in the works of a deal. You might be driving that big DJ bus there next year. So I think, seriously, we raised $1.1 million of sponsorship money. We put it all back into the conference. Don't make a penny on it. Had 1,400 attendees from all over the DSO industry. If you're wondering from an educational standpoint what the industry is about, how your organization might fit, are you going to affiliate with a DSO? Are you potentially going to create a DSO? What the best practices are? That would hands down be one I would want to attend. Darren, since they've taken over the DEO, the Dental Entrepreneur Organization, a few years ago, he has a world-class event. I think he's going just to one event a year now and some smaller events, but Darren has an absolute world-class event. He's coming up in Orlando. It's not too late to register, I think, if it's not sold out. It might not be too late to register for that in November. And then the ADSO that we came from is another organization that has a really big following in the DSO industry and a lot of really good content there. Those would be kind of the top three. And, Henry Schein had an event, too, that if they put it on this year, it could be a good idea to attend as well.
Wow. And I'm going to give a little feedback there. If I were to go to one conference the entire year and I was in that space, even though I'm not in that space like you guys, I would go to Dykema. I couldn't believe what came out of that conference. So the man himself is sitting on stage. This one right here, Darren, who has another conference, right? Amul, Tammy. There's so many different organizations represented here. Aspen came, Heartland came, Dental Care Alliance came, right? DEO, Dykema. That was going to one conference with all the right people. If there was one conference that I would go to, that's the one I would go to. Really, it was that good for me. Amul.
Here's my comments about it. I echo the exact same, I will say the exact same thing. So let me say something different. What you get from going to these conferences is a true abundance of spirit. You will see people that want to help you grow whatever your goals are, whether you are a vendor trying to sell into the dental industry, whether you're a consultant that's trying to figure out what your next step should be. The amount of abundance of thinking and thought process that goes in these conferences, as Elijah said this morning, you can talk to the CEOs of billion-dollar dental support organizations at a bar having a drink, and they will share with you their challenges, right? So sometimes, I remember going to these conferences when I was starting my business, and I realized that I got so many great ideas from people who have paved the path, and they're abundantly willing to share that path. So don't think about this as the word DSO and oh my God. We are all in the same industry. We're all here to serve our patients, right? At the end of the day. So there's no such thing as this industry versus that industry. It's the same industry. It's dentistry. So I encourage you guys to look into these conferences, go there, because one idea could change your entire life. And it did mine in many ways. I learned a lot of ideas from people who have done, not my business, but other businesses. And you learn from these entrepreneurs that have run. And you might just stay as one single practice, but that's okay. Even if you get an idea that can help you grow and scale your organization the way it is, that's worth it many, many times over. So I encourage you guys to look these conferences up and go and attend and see for yourself the magic that is spun during those few days there.
And I might just take a slightly different perspective and say, if you can't get to an event, then talk to a person. Because I know any of us sitting here on this stage would be happy to talk to anybody about, the individual organization that I work with, or organizations that each of you have worked with in the DSO space. And I think the commitment that we make is helping to teach and educate about dispel the myths, maybe even to say, about the industry. I had a great opportunity the year that I was president of ADHA, to interact with dental hygienists throughout the year and not only talk about my role in the support organization that I worked in, but more importantly about what are the opportunities that exist for clinicians to grow professionally, right, and personally within this environment, that we call the DSO space. And so talk to a person, reach out to somebody. I tell my own kids this, we're in their 20s, like you have access to everybody just through platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram, Facebook, all these places where I never, when somebody reaches out, we're all checking those things. And so you will never find me say, I don't have time to talk to you about. Because we want to talk more about our organizations and this industry.
If I just one, Elijah, if I might, I can't believe I forgot this. I'm on the board of directors of Women in DSO this year, and I was talking to Tammy about that backstage earlier. We're having a brand new event this year, March 9th through the 11th at the Aria in Las Vegas. So in terms of top events this year, I can't believe that I messed up and didn't mention that when you gave me the opportunity. But Women in DSO is having their first ever summit, March 9th through 11th. And no, it's not just for women. It's going to be a great event, great conference, and I really strongly encourage everybody to take a look at that one as well.
Absolutely, and Brian gave a little teaser about this coach bus.
Yeah.
He announced it before I did, so now I got to tell you. So I'm getting it's already on its way here. It will be here on Monday. I'm getting a Class A 40-foot RV. And I will be driving to the major conferences across the country, and I'll have a caravan of attendees that are gonna drive right behind me. We'll make a couple stops on the way to all these conferences, and the first one I'm so excited about is DEO. So I'm going to DEO with that. It's gonna make its a first appearance because it did make it, it was supposed to be here by today, and it's not here. It'll be here Monday, it's okay. But the first place that we're gonna take that bus is going to be DEO in November in Orlando. I'm super excited for that. And here's the thing, I am intentionally disrupting the industry and doing different things, and I love music, right? And I love people. And we will be driving there, doing live videos, streams the whole way there, and bringing value to all the conferences. And so I couldn't be more excited to make this happen. When I get off the bus and everybody gets there, I will be DJing many events, not Darren's yet, that's my goal next year or the year after, but I'll be DJing the events and hoping to MC some of their events as well. And I'm super excited to bring this out to the industry. It's something that I wanted to do for a really long time. And while that bus is actually gonna be parked when I'm not using it in Florida, we're actually gonna rent it out so it's gonna become a business. So we're gonna rent out the Dental Festival bus as well. So I'm very excited and I can't wait to go to DEO next month. All right. With the growth of the DSO space, what things are important for the audience to know to help them better understand the model? Start with you, Tammy.
Yeah, as I alluded to just a few minutes ago, it's a little bit of myth busting, right? And I think the important things to know are, and I encounter this a lot in conversations with hygienists, or we'll see it in social media spaces, that word quota. I will tell you that, in the organization that I work in, we have a team of support for all of our teams, right? And so there's professional support. It isn't, always about the numbers as you might sometimes hear. I think we have to be a bit vulnerable and talk about that, because I think those are a lot of the misperceptions that exist. Clinicians are making clinical decisions, business support services are being provided by experts, within each organization. And, at Smile Brands, where I work, as you guys said, there's a very, very strong commitment to culture. There is, continued discussion about lots of different things. We have our Safe Smile, we have Smiles for Everyone. We talk about G3, which is greeting, guiding, and gratitude. These are all fundamental principles of our organization. And so I would say if you want to learn more, then talk to somebody who's in that space, because I think there's just a lot of misinformation out there, Elijah, that, we need to start clearing up. We really need to start clearing it up.
Thank you.
The DSOs are really trying. I mean, it's an evolution of an industry, but where they are today is they're really trying to solve some of the fundamental problems and find solutions on ways to improve the patient experience, improve the patient journey. Right? As an independent practice, maybe we didn't have time to think on our business, because we were constantly working in the business. And at the DSO level, what they have been able to do, because there is an organization that manages doesn't necessarily clinically manage it, but manages the other functions in the DSO. They get to think on the business. So they look at data in ways that a practice wouldn't look at. They look at metrics in a way that really allows for change to happen in a positive way. And it's not always about profits. It really is. There's the DSO industry, the misperception is that it's all about the profits. Hygienists have to produce a certain number. Doctors have to produce a certain number. It's not. It really is about improving processes and improving, at the end of the day, the patient experience and improving oral health for all patients. When you have that discipline in looking at in depth the things that make a dental practice successful, and you do that at scale, good things happen. Patients are satisfied, they're able to afford the treatment, more DSOs are bringing more patients into the mix. So I really encourage, like Tammy said, welcome them with open arms, learn from them, talk to somebody in the industry, because you never know, there might be an opportunity for you to participate in it, but also to learn from them on what they're doing to solve some of the issues that we face in a dental practice. So those are my comments about that.
Thank you.
Question?
Not yet.
Well, what I would say at this point is the first point of information everybody needs to know is, regardless, a lot of people try to, like Tammy said, there's a lot of misinformation. They try to pass judgment. They think DSOs are a certain way, and often it's a huge misperception. But regardless of that, there's a great evolution and consolidation going on in the marketplace right now. And when I speak on this all over the country, I say, I'm not passing judgment one way or the other. I'm just educating you. It is happening. The market penetration's 35% right now. In 10 years, it's probably going to be 70%. So the first thing you have to understand, whether you're a fan or you don't know about it or not, or even if you're a critic, it's happening, and that is the wave of the future, and there's not anything that anybody's going to be able to do to stop the consolidation. With that, I would say that it is true that 25 years ago, long time ago, DSOs had some compliance issues. That was generation 1.0. We're on generation 3.0. Generation 3.0 gets along wonderfully with their affiliated doctors, follows all the rules and regulations, puts patients in the seat. So what you end up having, and it has an amazing culture, so what you end up having is a situation where you've got an organization that provides non-clinical support services at a level that a doctor-founded single or group practice couldn't imagine. Elijah, I'm getting ready to teach this course called The Business of Dentistry at the dental school. We're going to announce that soon. And I always go to the room and I say, how many courses did you take in dental school on how to negotiate with your landlord? It's like 0. How many courses, maybe with mine it'll be 1 now, but I'll ask them, how many courses did you take that taught you marketing? How many courses did you take at how to negotiate with Henry Schein or Patterson as to what your supplies are going to cost? How many courses did you take as to be the HR person, to hire people, fire people, set their salaries, negotiate? So the DSO executes these things at a level that can't be imagined at the practice level. And now that we're in generation 3 that follows all the rules and regulations, you end up in a situation where from a non-clinical support standpoint, you have access to resources you never would have thought, MBAs, all sorts of talented individuals. And what we find is at the clinical level, you build a better mousetrap. If you don't have to hire, fire employees, if you don't have to negotiate with your landlord, negotiate about reimbursement rates, you can take a look at your clinical practices and say, wow, why are we doing it this way? The reason you're doing it this way is you never had time to do it any other way. Now that all the non-clinical functions are taken care of, you can streamline the clinical operations. So Elijah, you end up in a situation where the non-clinical operations are streamlined, all sorts of economies of scale are being accomplished, and then the clinical functions get streamlined, and you get a world-class organization. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Thank you.
What I would add is DSO in general is just a support entity. It's the management firm that helps provide administrative services to the dental practice. Brian has worked with owners that have one location that is structured to DSO. You've worked with the biggest in the nation. If you've seen one DSO, you've seen one DSO. That's said all the time, and that couldn't be truer. And there's no such thing as all solos are good, all groups are bad. There are good solos, there are good groups. There are bad solos, bad groups. And oftentimes, it's just misalignment with the associate dentist and that specific group, right? No one bats 1,000 in this industry. I would challenge any of you to find me someone that does, because they're lying to you. And at the end of the day, it really is about choosing your target avatar, not just patient-based, but employee-based, both clinical and non-clinical. Like, do you really know who should be on your roster? Or did you just opportunistically hire someone and they've been with you for X amount of years? And is there a career path for them? Did you align their personal, professional, and financial goals with the growth goals of the business? Something as simple as that on your one-on-ones, if you have one-on-ones, is a game changer. That's gonna prevent someone from leaving your organization for $2 an hour more across the street, because you actually care about them and their personal and professional goals, not just you as the owner, right? Because you're gonna be fine no matter what, typically, compared to the rest of the team. And so when they know that you care about them, then they start to care about you. It's reciprocal, but it has to start with you as the owner.
Knowing that it is important for attendees to expand their knowledge, can you share with us what is your experience with common misunderstandings about the DSO model? I'll start with you, Darren.
I kind of reiterate what Brian said, that they think that the DSO is giving clinical guidance to the actual providers. And that just couldn't be truer. I mean, that is a big, I don't think there's one DSO I know out there that tolerates that. That's a fireable offense. They don't care if you're the CEO of the group. There's a board of directors that manages the CEO. So I would say that's first and foremost, is if anything, DSOs have more compliance and rules and regulations than a solo practice would.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest misconception about DSOs is that the quality of care is higher statistically under the DSO model than it is in a solo or a group practice that's unaffiliated. Now, can you find some DSO somewhere that did a bad job? Of course you can. You can't speak for the whole industry, but statistically across the industry, the DSOs provide higher quality of care. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. If you're a solo dentist and you're doing a lousy job, who is policing you? Nobody. I mean, I guess if you kill somebody, the dental board will come after you. But what if you're just doing a lousy job? You're not killing somebody, but you're just overall a sloppy dentist. Nobody's policing you. Same thing if you're a group. You know, the owner might get busy. You got an owner and say 2 or 3 associates. That owner probably doesn't have a robust world-class compliance system. The owner does the best they can. The associates do the best they can. And if somebody's doing a lousy job, they do a lousy job. The way it works in a DSO is they often have software. Mall participates in this that captures metrics, and they see how you're doing. And if statistically it looks like you're doing too much of a certain procedure, or statistically you're redoing a procedure, or statistically something doesn't add up, somebody comes and speaks to you. They say, well, look, we've looked at the last 100 patients you're treating, and how come everything you're doing is, I don't know, a crown or something else? You know, this doesn't seem right to us. Maybe it's a statistical anomaly, or maybe you're not doing something right, but there's going to be direct intervention. And if it's a real bad apple, you're fired and you're out of there. If it's something where you need some coaching, the DSO will arrange for you to get training, coaching, and other things, so that, you know, if you're maybe a little bit off your game clinically, you're not going to go very long in a DSO model before somebody comes to speak to you. Whereas the doctor-owned solo offices or groups, there's nobody watching that, and I'm not in any way denigrating the wonderfully talented solo dentists that I'm sure are out here. I mean, if you're talented, that's really, really good. But if you run into a problem and you're not, there's nobody policing you. So statistically, the biggest misnomer is the DSO industry has a higher quality of clinical care industry-wide than the dentist-owned entities.
Thank you.
My perspective on this is, I come from a finance background. I was CPA in this field. And there's a perception that the Wall Street guys, the private equity guys, the spreadsheet guys are running the business, and doctors are not. It's so not true. Right? I sit on boards of several DSOs that are emerging, and we have sit down and looked at how the core values of the DSO are being adhered to by everybody. And recently I was at a DSO that's being formed recently. There's 25 offices, and we redefined our core values as we are for everybody, and we are going to treat people with respect and kindness and compassion and dignity. And these core values are being formulated in DSO 3.0. This is what's going on, that they are figuring out how to do things right We're putting people first, right? One of the DSOs I'm a board member of recently hired the retired HR director for Chick-fil-A to figure out how to improve the patient experience, because Chick-fil-A does it right. No matter how many people are in the line, you're going to get your sandwich in like 5 minutes, right? No matter how many cars are there. They figured it out. So what the DSOs, there's a perception that it's all economics driven. Yes, everybody wants to make money. But really, I would more so than often, especially after the pandemic, I have seen the DSOs really focus on what's important. And really, they're focused on really delivering the best possible clinical care. Yes, they do want to make money. They want to negotiate better prices with vendors and whoever it is. But there is nobody talking about, oh, we just want to make more money. And that's a misnomer that I think needs to be addressed really well.
Yeah, so maybe I can just add a few examples, because you all have brought up some really good things. And being a clinician who's sitting here on this panel, also having previously served as the compliance officer in an organization, I think you all hit on the things that are really important, right? That we want to dispel the myths around. Because when you have a large organization, and one of you talked about scaling things. For example, we use an LMS system to make sure that all of our employees come on board. They're onboarded in a way that they're getting this information that is oftentimes required by individual states. We operate support practices in over 30 states, and each state is a little bit different, right? Even scope of practice. But you have resources within the organization that help to answer any questions that come up there. There are certain requirements for employees, things they have to be trained in, information they have to have access to, all of those things. Amal, I think you talked about the kind of navigating through the pandemic, and having been in that role at that time, as we were navigating through it, I can tell you it was a moment of great pride for us in the organization to know that we were supporting our employees, we were communicating with them, we were doing a lot of the work on the back side to make sure that our teams were coming back feeling safe, our patients were going to get that same feeling. But I do think those systems are really important. As a dental hygienist, when I'm coaching teams, I am referring to the standards for clinical dental hygiene practice, because those are the standards that we commit to as clinicians. And so, we don't have to make the things up, so to speak, because the standards are out there. They're already out there, so we're building systems to better support and implement those standards that are already created within our profession.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and start with you for this question as well. And if the people that are in the back, please come to the front, and thank you so much for joining us. How are the DSOs utilizing and leveraging technology to grow and scale their businesses?
Repeat the first part of that.
How are DSOs utilizing and leveraging technology to grow and scale their business?
So I know you're going to have some good stuff to talk about here. I think that, when you look at technology in terms of those things that help us create better access for our patients, efficiencies being built in those operational systems, whether it's practice management software, things that, are implemented into practice management software. Quite honestly, I think we're just on the tip of the iceberg, and I love it that you're going to answer this question next, because I think we're just starting to see that. I mean, I started practicing in 1987. It was very different back then, and the pace of change, I think specific to technology, is one that we will be able to support in a really important, impactful way, because we have that scale for training also.
Now, I run a technology company, so I have a little more
Get up and
perspective
leave. There's no time left.
putting this, but technology by itself is not the solution. Technology is the catalyst, and that allows us to see things that we didn't see before. There is a huge movement in technology in the DSO industry, especially to understand the metrics beyond just data, right? I talk a lot about what is information versus insight versus intelligence, and how do you convert information into insight? How do you convert insight into intelligence? And how do you convert intelligence into action? So that continuum is happening, right? We're going from descriptive analytics, which what happened in the past, to predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, preemptive analytics. That's the continuum that the industry is going in. The biggest thing that's happening besides that, there's 3D printing happening. It's pretty amazing. We have a client, Brian and I together, sit on that board where they are 3D printing teeth. 3D printing teeth. It's fascinating. Artificial intelligence on two sides is important. One is, in our space, is natural language processing, which allows you to elevate the patient experience on the phone by analyzing the phone calls and understanding where the issues are. That's a huge accelerator in terms of new patient acquisition. But on the other side, AI, in the computer vision side, where AI is serving as a way to help dentists diagnose better by looking at images and looking at scans. There's AI programs made by companies like Overjet and Pearl and Denti, where you scan all the X-rays and they say, "Oh my God, you found 500 root canals you should have done." Right? It's fascinating where it's going, and I think technology is going to continue accelerating the pace at which we acquire patients, retain patients, treatment presented, all that stuff. And you have to embrace it. There's no other choice, because it's going to come like a tsunami, and you don't want to be behind the 8 ball when it comes to adopting of technology. So I could go on, but I'm going to let these guys answer too.
Just amazing stuff out there. Okay, there's obviously artificial intelligence that reads X-rays for caries and dental disease better at a higher rate than the actual dentist looking at it. There's artificial intelligence out there that will screen your phone calls and make sure that the people in your call center are doing their job. There's big data stuff. There's companies out there like DM Score that will look at what you're doing and rate you, just like a FICO score. They'll tell you how your marketing presence looks and what you can do to improve it. There's revenue cycle management companies out there that will say you're only capturing 78% of all the insurance dollars you need to collect. How about if we capture 100%? And by the way, it's taking you 73 days to get paid. How about if we get you paid in like 38 days? So there's all sorts of amazing stuff out there that can really, really impact. There's companies out there that'll do amazing text technology for patient retention. There's companies out there that will just all kinds of metrics, things like Jarvis Analytics that they'll look at and they'll capture your dashboard, and with the press of a button, if you've got 5 or 6 practices, it'll give you metrics on all those things. You want to buy a practice, it'll capture the metrics of those practices and tell you what you're buying. And the DSO model provides great access to these technologies, but even if you're not affiliated with the DSO, for pretty modest and affordable subscription fees, Elijah, you can get access to some of this amazing technology that's hitting the marketplace.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, what doesn't get measured doesn't get done at the end of the day. And so you wouldn't drive your vehicle without a dashboard. And the challenge is creating, if you're a solo practice, working with a vendor if you don't do it yourself, on a dashboard that is, to Amal's point, actionable. Because it makes no sense in having this fancy widget that no one takes the information and then implements change management. So that's the one thing I'd say is, regardless of whether you're one location or greater, make sure that the vendors you're using, you're getting some type of accountability reporting and that it is actionable.
Elijah, I just want to make one comment, because you reminded me in saying that too. As you mentioned earlier, some of us were at the ADSO meeting and they had a futurist speak. And one of Nancy's favorite things to me that she said was, we can focus on protecting the past or we can create the future. And I think when we talk about technology, that's just such a great example of, you don't want to get caught behind the tsunami.
All right, last question. This will be a quick one. How is private equity changing the world of dentistry? We'll start with you, Tammy.
Actually, I'll pass it off to Brian. Probably has the best perspective first on this one.
Well, private equity is creating an environment where there's once-in-a-generation returns on investment. What I always say, and I know we got to move quick because we don't have a lot of time. Right now, if private equity wasn't involved, the entire audience you could sell your dental organization to would be other licensed dentists in the state where you do business. The creation of the DSO model has allowed you now to take get bids on your organization from the world. Anybody in the world that's got an investor, private equity fund, family fund, anybody can bid on your practice and buy it. And what it's created is, instead of a very, very tiny market for your practice consisting only of dentists licensed in your jurisdiction, now anybody in the world can bid on your practice, and it's creating a once-in-a-generation opportunity to maximize the value of your dental organization. That's how private equity has changed it.
Thank you. Come on.
In my experience in private equity, it's different than Brian's, because Brian handles them from a M&A standpoint. I handle them from the perspective of marketing and data. And they have this incredible desire and appetite to understand data in a way that you've never seen before. Yes, they love spreadsheets, absolutely. They're very good at it, but they're able to uncover things that you normally wouldn't see. So they're maniacal about understanding data, measuring the right things, and being able to find the levers that exact levers that you can pull to take the organization to the next level. It's fantastic. It's one of my best experiences in dealing with private equities. They ask all the right questions. And as Albert Einstein always said, right, if I could figure out what questions to ask for, I wouldn't have to worry about answers, right? And that's what private equity does for me personally when I deal with them on a very routine basis, because they own our clients or they have big investments in our clients, and they'll say, hey, Amol, tell us this, to give me a ratio of this customer acquisition cost and divide that by the lifetime value of the patient, and I want to make sure that ratio is between 3.5 to 4. Right? Because they know if it's in the right formula, they know we're getting the right patients in the right chair at the right time at the right production per hour, and everything is becoming right. So yes, they have focus on data, but that intense focus allows them to really tweak the levers to kind of achieve optimal growth.
Thank you. Darren, last one.
Private equity is not for everyone. I think there's a big misnomer where, hey, when debt financing through my bank dries up, I'm going to make the jump to private equity right away. They're typically not going to take a look at you until you're about 5 million in EBITDA, meaning typically about 20 million or more in top line, typically. There are exceptions to the rule. Brian, Amol, and I know a lot of organizations that have transacted with private equity that they didn't go with the highest bid because they went with the most aligned private equity group. Remember, private equity is in the business of making money. They don't pull any punches on that. They're in business to transact and then get a return on their investment. They've always been that way, they always will be that way, but they're not all created equally. So you want to make sure that, just like any vendor relationship, go on a lot of dates before you get married, because if you just see one, you've just seen one. And typically, they're going to have another capital event every 5 years. So the one you start with will most definitely not be the one you end up with. So just keep that in mind.
Thank you, guys. Give it up for our DSO panel. And we're going to take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll go on to our closing session. Thank you guys so much. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Nashville. And what is this Nashville event all about? Well, first off, I can tell you this. When you purchase a ticket for the Dental Festival in Nashville, you'll be purchasing a ticket that allows you to go to up to 20 different dental conferences. These conferences are usually located all throughout the country at different times, but we've brought everybody together at one place to collaborate. So we're gonna be at the Omni Hotel, the Joseph Hotel, and the Tri-Brand Marriott hotels. Those hotels, literally, you step out the door and you walk across the street. They're all there. And what it looks like as an attendee is each day you get to pick the conference that you want to go to. You only need to purchase one ticket and you get in to all of them. Another really cool thing is that we believe that fun is extremely important. We believe that you learn 10 times faster when you're having fun. And so we believe 50% should be education and 50% should be amazing fun and experiences that you will never forget. So welcome to the Dental Festival in Nashville. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This event is the 6th through the 10th of July in 2022. And if you wanna come for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or 4, that is completely up to you. same cost of a ticket, and you just pick the conferences that you want to go to. It's totally up to you. We have a central vendor hall where everybody could go and learn about all the different products and innovations in dentistry, and we have separate conferences throughout the entire event that you get to choose from. So whatever you want to be educated on, I'm sure that we have it. Make sure to get your ticket as soon as possible. The sooner you purchase your ticket, the cheaper the ticket will be. And please remember, if you don't like fun, this conference is not for you. But if you like to have the time of your life, Dental Festival is for you. I will see you there.
Is a new teleorthodontic system that lets practices treat clear aligner cases like never before. In just one office visit, you can start a new case, and Candid Pro takes it from there. Our tools, services, and support. One suite for doctors to treat and track their patients, and the other one for patients to stay connected to care, work together to drive excellent outcomes, unprecedented efficiency, and huge revenue. Candid Pro has 3 major benefits to your practice. 1, you'll drive superior outcomes regardless of your clear aligner expertise. 2, you'll start and complete new cases with just one office visit. 3, you'll save time and grow your business. We'll partner closely with your practice to have you trained and up and running in just 2 weeks. Let us do the hard part while you focus on your practice and your patients. Learn more at candidpro.com.
Imagine having a practice where your patients are excited to come back to your practice.
What if your patients were so loyal, they would never even consider going anywhere else? And what if it was as simple as this electric toothbrush?
And that's why we created Sana, the newest way to get your patients coming back by extending your care beyond the chair.
Let's face it, patients do not think about you the second they walk out your door because they're indifferent.
And it's just a matter of time before an indifferent patient doesn't come back.
Give your patients a reason to care. That's what Zana does.
How? By giving your patient an electric toothbrush, private labeled, so you can stay in front of them 2 times a day, 7 days a week.
And get your patients actually excited to come back to your practice because you're going to give them free toothbrush replacement heads for life.
Stay in front of your patients.
Give them a reason to come back.
Join Zana today, the electric toothbrush program redefined.
And get your patients coming back by extending your care beyond the chair.
Hello, I'm Dr. Thomas Jackson, a prosthodontist and board-certified periodontist. Over years of clinical practice, I've watched my patients struggle to floss connected dental appliances, such as implant or tooth bridges, braces, and bonded retainers. Current solutions like water flossers and floss threaders have limitations and often don't work. It's why I developed the Auto Flosser. It's a revolution in oral hygiene technology, designed for anyone who literally can't floss. The Auto Flosser system has 2 components: the handle, and the floss. Feed the stiff end of the floss into the handle, point its tip at the area to be flossed, and insert the floss via a simple turn of the wheel. Flossing the most challenging areas becomes a breeze.
He's the guy we love. He's the guy that put it all together. He's a 1 in a billion kind of a person. Please put your hands together for Elijah Desmond.
Catch us here. Let's go, baby.
My girl is banging, she's solo maintenance. Don't need no champagne, poppin' entertainment. Take her to Wendy's, can't keep her off me. She wanna dip me like them fries in a Frosty. But every now and then when
So, you like my country song that I came on to? How about my cowboy boots and my hat? So we did this to focus on Nashville, and I'll go ahead and explain what Nashville will look like. First off, it's July the 6th through the 10th, and in Nashville, we're gonna take it up a whole nother 9 different dental conferences, now to 20 dental conferences. That means that these conferences, they typically happen on their own at different dates, different locations. We're taking the conferences and we're consolidating them so you don't have to fly 20 different places, essentially. So on the 6th to the 10th, the way that it will look, which is a little bit different than this, we're gonna continue to evolve, is that we're gonna have conferences on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll have conferences on Friday and Saturday. The attendee can purchase one ticket, and that gets them access to any of the conferences they want at the same price that you spent for this conference. But here's the best part. We have the cheapest cost right now to join our membership. And let me tell you the difference between what is a conference ticket and what is a membership. First off, they're exactly the same price, all right? With one membership, what you're gonna also get, a lot of things, but the biggest thing is you're gonna get the Dental Whale Savings Network. That's gonna save you, if you're a $1 million practice, you're easily gonna save over $10,000 in just 6 months. It comes with it for 6 months at no cost, the Dental Whale Savings Network, and you also get to pay monthly on your ticket to Nashville. You start paying now, it'll be a lot more cheaper, and it's a yearly thing. You can pay monthly or yearly. And so let me tell you a little bit about Nashville. First off, we have an event called Boots and Bling. That's one of our themes that we'll have there. I also went to all of these bars with my team member Shauna, and we got a chance to hear different bands playing, and there was this one guy that came, and one of the bands that he had, he was the most funny, vulgar musician I've ever heard in my life. It will be something that's for adults only, that's for sure, but he literally is haggling with people and just a total comedian, and he also is an amazing artist, and so that's another thing we're gonna do. Here's another thing, you know, Smiles at Sea, we love beaches, we love cruises, we love boats, right? And we're gonna do the Sunday Fun Day for tomorrow, speaking of boats. But Shauna and I went to go to Nashville to see if we could use the riverboat. And by the end of the trip, what we realized is there's this bar called Tootsie's. Anybody ever been to Tootsie's in Nashville? 3-story bar. It's where all of the famous country musicians go. We're renting out Tootsie's. And unlimited foods and unlimited drinks. Something I also learned from this event is we only have about 200 people coming to tomorrow to Sunday Fun Day on the super yacht. It was a ticketed event. What we decided to do for next year in Nashville is make Sunday Fun Day included. So it will be free drinks, unlimited drinks, and we'll have another company to sponsor that. You know, I didn't come on stage thinking I was gonna be this vulnerable as I'm about to be and share with you right now, but Brian Kaleo from Dykema, he was very vulnerable and transparent, and I'm gonna take his lead. He said, at Dykema, for this event, we had raised $1.1 million from our sponsors to help us put on a Class A event, and we dumped all of that money right back into the conference. Well, Brian, I'm not right where you're at, but the sponsors did put in just over $500,000 for this conference. We made no money, we put it all into the people, all into the events. And I just want to thank you all for showing up, and I want to thank the sponsors for making that possible. This is a similar thing for you, Brian. We didn't make money, but it's not about money, it's about the people, and it's about growing the people. I'm a firm believer of having a first-class event with first-class bags, with first-class lanyards, with first-class parties. And we will continue to develop that as we head into Nashville. So big thank you to our sponsors for making this happen. We wouldn't have done this without you. The next thing I want to do is I want to thank all of you attendees for coming. If you didn't come here during this time, the thing wouldn't be the same without you. And I also want to thank our AV team. The audiovisual team has done an amazing job, wouldn't you say? If you can only think where we started, where we started at with Dentistry's Got Talent and Smiles at Sea, I feel like we've come so far, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without the audiovisual team, with the event nerds, with Chris Carson. Thank you, Chris. Chris, you and Jordan are amazing. You've been seeing all this amazing live production that is happening. It's streaming right now on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on 2 Facebook groups. And he has literally took the world of live streaming to an entire other level. So Chris, super excited to continue working with you, and just want to say thank you in front of everybody, okay? I want to also thank our MCs, specifically right now. I want to thank Dr. Chris Kammer. You know, he about 4 years ago, you know, he reached out to me along with probably 200 other speakers, and he said, Elijah, I want to be a part of what you're doing. And I told him, like, I'd love that too, but right now we're booked out for a while. He ended up calling me back. I ended up calling him back after I seen this performance with his crazy fun dancing, and he's on American Idol, and he's just an overall really good guy. And anytime that I have Chris come, he just says, Elijah, whatever you need from me, I'm there. He's the life of the party. So he goes to all of the events, he hypes up everybody, he usually has flashy clothes on and a flashy lights, if you seen him last night, on his shoes, and he just brings so much energy. So Chris, I wanted to say thank you for everything that you do. It's so appreciated. You also noticed that we had different MCs each day for Dentistry's Got Talent. There was a lot of different MCs, a lot of personalities. It's something that I am intentionally trying to do, is take myself out of the process and out of the event, and that way other people can take the stage and I don't have to be everywhere. Somebody told me earlier, Elijah, where have you been? I haven't seen you all day. Well, I can tell you the first thing I wasn't doing was sleeping. I was making sure that everybody was okay in 10 different dental conferences. And I'll tell you another thing I wasn't this event, and it was stressed out. I wasn't stressed out because I have the best event planning team in the entire world. All of the things that you don't see behind the scenes, neither do I. If I see my team members feeling a little frazzled, I'll ask them, what's wrong? Elijah, you don't want to know, it's under control. So I would not be able to do what I have done if it weren't for each and every one of my team members. Team members, can you please come back to the stage? That includes you, Chris. That includes you, little Ray. Come on. Amy, where are you? Amy, are you here? Come on up, Amy. She's the one that takes everyone's phone call for the whole dental festival. It has amazing customer service, customer experience. So nobody really knows what it's like to work with me, but I'm going to tell you, the word pivot happens often and change happens often. I am a chameleon and I'm always changing, and my team has to keep up with me, right? They're always changing, we're always evolving. And I told you guys from the beginning when we kicked off that this is not going to be the perfect event, but we'll strive to make it excellent. The only way that we get better is if you all give us feedback on improving it. We want to continue to grow this. We're going from 10 to 20 in Nashville, and I would not be able to do that with all of my team members. So give it up for them one more time, my entire team here at the Dental Festival, with Amy as she gets to the stage. You guys did it. And we get to go all celebrate tonight at the Black Tie event. For those of you who did not bring a tux or gown, know that you're not going to get kicked out if you don't have it. If you haven't got a ticket for it, please let us know so we can make sure to get your head count, because we are buying, Driven Dental Implant Marketing is going to be buying everyone drinks for the entire night. Yes, so please come. If you hadn't went yet, just let us know. We will be here at the front of the room for you to come and get a ticket if you haven't got a ticket yet. Also, know that your who's who of dentistry will also be there. Your industry influencers. There's 150 of them who came to our event. These influencers are people like you've seen on the stage. They're speakers, they're consultants, they're podcasters, and they're social media influencers as well. And when I say a social media influencer, what does that mean? Well, that means that you have big groups, big Facebook groups, and then you're an admin of the Facebook group. Or if you're like Dr. Catrice Austin, raise your hand, Dr. Catrice, if you're here. Dr. Catrice Austin, she's the celebrity dentist, and she has 67,000 followers on Instagram. She's Cardi B's dentist, Soulja Boy, DJ Khaled, I mean, the list goes on. She had a long list. But she is a major influencer. She is here at the event. She wants to meet you. So go up and meet her at the event. Have a really good time at the event as well. We have LinkedIn influencers. Angela Maroney is one of them. We have YouTube influencers. We have TikTok influencers and more. I also want to give a huge shout out to Clearly IG. Has anybody seen my Instagram, the Dental Festival, during this event? Yes? They took over the Instagram and made it just out of this world. I mean, it is so amazing. It actually captures the true spirit of what we have at this event. Allison reached out to me and she said, Elijah, I'd love to work with you because your Instagram page like sucks. And it doesn't really showcase what the actual event is. And they took it to a whole nother level. So I'm super excited to have you guys running and managing my Instagram page. It means everything to me that you guys showed up, and you weren't even supposed to come, and you were going to be out of the country, and that meeting got canceled. You've brought so much value, and I really appreciate that. Is For Sale here, the team over at For Sale? For Sale actually has built a brand new website for us, and I am so excited. Christy, she was stressed out forever because this site was not about to launch prior to the event. The site is launched, and it's called thedentalfestival.com. And then there's a separate website that you all have been going to. It's been called what? Smiles at Sea. Confusing, right? So people are like, well, what am I doing? Am I going to Smiles at Sea, or am I going to the Dental Festival? And oh, there's 10 other conferences at the Smiles at Sea Dental Festival. No. That is way too complicated. They made the most beautiful website in a fast amount of time. I'm super proud of that team over there at For Sale. And it is going to be a site where you can go to and click a couple buttons and get to the cash out cart and be able to sign up really easy. We had a very clunky system before. I don't know if you guys have ever been on our system before. A lot of you have. It's very hard to get to the finish line and just check out. They've made it really easy to click that easy button. So I'm super excited to have them on the team with For Sale. I want to thank all of the sponsors once again. If you were not here and didn't believe in the vision, this event would not be what it is. We always want to level up the events. So Nashville, we will have an entire new level up of our events. And I'll tell you what will happen. I will be bringing 2 keynote speakers from outside of our industry. Now, these speakers are not just average speakers. They are the top speakers in the world that we've brought, and they have a musical spin to it because we're going to Music City. What will happen is that these 2-day conferences will not have class at 4 o'clock or a certain time during the day, and everybody, the entire conference, will all come together to one location and have an amazing opportunity to listen to a keynote speaker that maybe big organizations such as ADA, Sarah World could normally afford. We're able to bring these speakers in now because all of the conferences are banding together as a team, and we're gonna provide you a high-class event. Lots of fun, evening events and nighttime events, and I'm gonna keep leveling this up with the help of my team and the conference owner. So once again, want to thank the sponsors and thank everybody here for that. Now, the next thing is, a lot of you were going around and you were getting your cards stamped with all the vendors, and you were collecting tickets. Those tickets we're going to go ahead and give out right now. So we're going to spin the wheel of these tickets, and we're going to give out the rest of the prizes that have $25,000 of prizes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start off with 10 memberships for the Dental Festival, okay? And once again, these memberships, you're going to get to choose, do you want to go to a dental festival or do you want to go to a Smiles at Sea cruise, one event per year? You're also going to get the Dental Well Savings Network, and that means that you're actually going to get pricing similar to a DSO, sometimes even better, save you a lot of money. That's also included in the membership. You're going to get the first ability to get access to the classes when the classes go live. So you'll have first access to that. And then you'll get a lot of other things beside that. You'll be able to see on the website everything you need to know about the membership. So we're going to give out 10 different memberships first. We'll go ahead and start. You can pull out your tickets. The numbers are 1339762. Good idea. It is 9762. Okay? Next number, 9903. Next number is 7611. 7735. This is what happens when you have 850 to 900 attendees at an event, and the amazing 100 of you showed up. We're calling ticket numbers and the people are not here. Yes, did you win? Yes. Okay, I said, did I say 7655? No.
Yeah, you said all of them that's in your hand.
The color, okay. And can you guys come to the front so we can hear you and hang out with you guys? I think they were at the pool earlier and they came to join us. They didn't want to show us how fun they were. Come on up here.
They want you to say red and then the number.
Yep,
Red and then
that's orange, not red though, right?
whatever it is.
Okay. It's been a long week, so it could have been. The color is green, and the number is 7602. We're gonna have to figure out a different way to go through the tickets. Green, 7815. Now there's a lot of prizes up here, plus the 10. We might have to think of something different.
Come closer.
Okay.
We got a winner. We got a winner. Right here.
Bring it up.
Woo! Woo woo!
Bring your ticket.
Do you want to run up there? You want to run up? Run. Go. Run up there. Yeah. Sprint.
Okay, go to Christy. Green 7815. Here's the tickets, Christy. 7817. Green 7817. Green.
Right there. We got it. We got a winner in the back.
That's good. We got some music. All right, the next one. Orange 9754. Number 4, Lynn Irwin. And by the way, you're going to be a hero when you go back to your dental office as a hygienist and said, I just saved you over $10,000 over here. I just saved you over $10,000 in this next 6 months.
Woo!
Maybe you can negotiate something with that, Lim. All right, next, 7545 green. Everybody who wins, go to this table up at the front. Do you win? These are all memberships, and then they're memberships for the Dental Festival, and it's the same. So how many so far? That means there's 5 more of the same thing that we're giving. Okay? Green 7545. Green 7507. Orange 9848. Orange 9932. Orange 9016. Orange 9961.
Very good.
5, go to the table, thank you. Okay. 9961. Close enough, you win. 9051. Whoever has a green badge and get up here first. Yeah. All right, you both win.
Awesome. Woo-hoo!
Who has that purple or pink badge can run up here, the first wins. Their services 7472.
Can't hear in the back. Can't hear in the back. Let's bring the music down a little.
7472. Here you go. Thank you. I wish I could hear you. You win because I have no idea what you're saying, but you sound like you got. Okay, green. You win. Come here. Come here. And no, everybody, I cannot hear from this loud stage. There you go. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
All right. Okay, I'll say the colors. The color is orange. The color is orange. This is for a popple. 9019.
Winner. Yes. All right.
Green 7791. Can I slow down? Yes, of course. I heard you. We're going slow for you, girl. We're going slow. We're gonna start now. You ready? It's a green ticket.
AirPods from Abella.
These are AirPods from Abella. And it is 7791. We're moving on. Orange ticket. The number is 9776.
Woo! Winner. Woo-hoo!
Congratulations. All right. Who's this from? Okay, HP Chromebook, courtesy of Driven Dental Marketing. Green ticket, green ticket 7687. Orange ticket. Yeah. Amy, can you help them put them in order, their tickets maybe? That could help. Okay. Somebody get her a drink. Oh, Christ. Orange ticket. 9-5 orange. 9-5-2-5. $9-5-2-5 orange ticket. Winner? All right, orange ticket. 9-7. This is an iPad Air courtesy of Mango Voice. Ooh, this is nice. Orange ticket 9709. Next ticket is a green ticket. This is for the iPad Air. 7399. Come on.
Right there, right there.
It's a green ticket. The green ticket is 7399. Yep, you won.
All kinds of goodies in there.
Candy. Okay, this is a Dental Nachos gift bag. There's all kinds of stuff in here. A lot of really good stuff. Wow. $300 and something worth of stuff. Green ticket, 7758. You guys good over here? Green ticket, 7757. Green ticket, 7822. Green ticket, 7821. Green ticket, 777. You got it?
Just confess your girl admits that we the shit. FRESH, we fresh. GEF, that's right, we definite. BEP, we reppin' it. So, turn me up.
Congratulations, you won. Okay. Azana toothbrush and a broom mate. Green ticket, 7778. Winner.
Woo! Woo-woo! Check this out right here. Do wanna hate on us. Do need to ease on up. Do wanna act on gut, but do get shut like Flavor Shut.
Okay, we have a cutting board with whiskey glasses. It's a $200 value with Swiper Designs. You throwing those away, right?
I threw those down, yeah.
Green ticket, 7648. Another green ticket, 7561. Green ticket, 7561. Yes, you won. This is a Spry gift bag. They have an orange ticket. 9273. Orange is 9273. Next one is a green ticket. 7613. 7613. I know the class. Allison said she knows what class you guys were at. All right, next one. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Is it Katrina's class? That is amazing. So there was a wine sipping class. Now this explains the hearing stuff. Best class ever. Katrina's amazing, isn't she? Did you guys go to the whitening ball last night? And me and Katrina got to battle. It was so much fun, wasn't it?
DJ Smiles. Woo, 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 woo.
The green ticket, 7157. My voice is going. I need you one more day, voice. Come on. 7158, green ticket. The first hygienist that can run to the stage gets this. Look, you won. Good job. There you go. Okay. All right, now, this is amazing. So I loved this Toomey bag so much, I decided to get one for myself. So this is a custom Toomey bag that says the Dental Festival on it.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
7, green ticket, 7566. 7566. Seven, 6. Green ticket, 7639. Toomey bag, get your Toomey bag. Okay. The next number, 7, it's a green ticket, 7558. 7558. Nobody? Okay. Green ticket, 7178. Winner? Woo! 2? No. 7178. You're the winner. Congratulations.
Woo! Woo, woo!
What do we have next? What's next? Dark side one time. Okay. So, yes, Chris? So these are the Superlative Award. Now, we're gonna go ahead and I think we've made it very clear that Smiles at Seas the Cruise and the Dental Festival is another thing that will always happen, right? Yes. I've said it over and over because we gotta recreate this brand. Chris, he's one of my best friends and he rooms with me often at these different conferences. He's the head of the business development team at Driven Dental Implant Marketing, and he also has multiple businesses himself. And so Chris came up to me in the room right before we left, And he goes, Elijah, these were about to go into the trash, these awards. And I don't know why in the world you should do that. Why would you put the awards in the trash? And I guess one of the team members said, which is something that came from me, it was like, we have to stop giving out Smiles at Sea things because nobody's ever gonna realize that we're not a cruise anymore. That's happening on the cruise ship. Dental Festival is not. I think you should continue the tradition. This is the last time that we'll be giving out these type of plaques here at the event that says Smiles at Sea on it. So this is kind of like a collector's item, I would say. So, what's that?
Which one's first?
So the first Smiles at Sea award goes to the selfie king, Jordan Fresher.
Woohoo!
That's you.
Woohoo! Yay, Jordan.
Selfie king.
All right, Jordan.
Now take a selfie with that big camera. See if you can do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Challenge. The selfie challenge.
Can somebody take his picture? Come to the stage, my friend. Now, I don't know. You want the picture with your camera? I don't know if these are the wine girls. I don't know if I'd be giving them that. Congratulations, Jordan.
All right, Jordan. Woo-woo!
Okay. How did we not give out the Night Owl Award? How is that possible? The Night Owl Award? We don't have that? I mean, I would give that to me.
Yes, that would be correct.
Here's the thing, and it's part of being on the team as well. We have this rule, like you have to be okay with staying up late, basically. And this is kind of like my wedding. And I try to spend as much time as I possibly can with all of my guests. And I sometimes afterwards we send out these surveys and it just eats me up when somebody says, well, I went there to see Elijah and he couldn't even stop by and say hi. It hurts me deep. So I always make it a point to these events that happen at nighttime and even the after party that happens some nights in my room. I make it a point to spend as much time as I possibly can with all of you. And if I'm rushing somewhere, the best thing to do is just run there with me and we can talk on the way. But I do mean well. I am a really nice guy. I just sometimes have a million things that I'm doing. And so the Night Owl Award goes to me. How about that?
Yeah. And the proof, Elijah, you know what happens to the night owl? They lose their voice.
Yeah, they lose their voice. You're right. All right. So, the best, this next award, I'm going to make it the last one, actually, because that's our biggest award. The next one is the best dancer. Everybody knows who this is if you went to the pool party. Alex, where are you at? Alex is not here. I know where we can find her. Yes, the little blonde girl. Tort queen. Yes. She's at the pool. Okay, let her know that she won. We'll bring it to her. I don't know, maybe bring it to the dance floor tonight in the black tie. You know she'll be there. Dancing Dental Babes is her IG, by the way, so she goes right with the brand. All right, Smiles at Sea. Who's been to the Smiles at Sea or Dental Festival, either or, the cruise or the land conference? Who's been here more than 5 times? Raise your hand. Okay, if you have been there that long, I want you to raise your hand where I can see. Okay, we got Sandra as our team. Of course, you've been there more than 5 times. Okay, Linda and
Lynn Irwin in the back.
come to the front, and we're gonna go. How about 6? Have you been here longer than 6 times? Raise your hand. Sandra. Okay, 7. 6, you win. Lynn Irwin, you win.
Swiggity swooty.
Congratulations. All right, next, we have the Best Mask Award. That goes to Dr. Sal. Are you in here, Dr. Sal? Is he? There he is. Mr. Wonderful and Mr. Wonderfresh, right? Yeah.
personally, it's nothing personal. I do what work for me, you
Yes.
do what work for you. And I dress
All right.
with what I was blessed with.
Selfie Queen goes to Clearly IG, Allison.
Can you feel it? Now it's coming back. We can steal it. If we bridge this gap, I can see
Thank
it.
you.
Through the curtains
All right.
of
The Best Smile Award. Wow, this is a really big award for dentistry, don't you think? The Best Smile Award goes to John Neerman. John Neerman, are you here?
as I dove into the waterfront.
John's not here, but we'll get it to him. Oh my goodness. So later on in the sheet, it actually appears that there is a Night Owl Award. The Night Owl Award goes to not me. It's okay, I don't need to be nominated for my own stuff. Ian Lynch with Dental Vault. Woo! He's not here, he's sleeping.
Good thing.
All right, the Early Bird Award goes to our friends, Sergio. Woo! So, Sergio, by the way, does anybody ever wake up sometimes not feeling the best? Anybody? Especially at these events? Yeah. All right, it happens, guilty. Well, we actually have an IV team that comes to your room and gives you an IV so you feel great. I have not been hungover, not one single event. Not one day. I feel so good every day at 6:30 in the morning. They're there while I'm in bed. That's how I wake up. There's this little pinch. It's time to wake up, and I get my IV drip. The best addition that we have ever had, outside of the massage therapists, right? My massage therapist, stand up. Woo! Yes. So grateful to have you guys. So I just think of these crazy ideas. Turn that music down just a little bit, please. I have these crazy ideas, and I always at least try them one time, right? And I was sitting around one morning miserable, like, oh my gosh, I had one too many shots last night. I got a lot of stage time. I'm probably gonna lose my voice at day 2. I wish I had an IV company here. And so we brought it to life. Another morning on a cruise ship, I was sitting down, and one of my friends came up behind me when I was sitting down and gave me a shoulder rub. And like, it took everything in me to not say, hey, can you come back here and keep doing that? It was the best thing ever. So I'm like, why don't we have massage therapists for classes? And we invented that. The massage therapists come. And there's just all of these out of the box ideas. And one of our core values with our team is called Beautiful Minds. Everybody has one. And so when you have an idea, you speak up and tell us about your out of the box idea. We take the beautiful minds of our attendees as well. We listen to feedbacks and things that you want. And if it's possible, we're trying it. Okay? The next award is the biggest award that we have as an organization, that have had as an organization since the beginning of the time when we were cruising. This is actually called the Smiles at Sea Award. Next year it will be called the Dental Festival Award. That award goes to someone who basically stands for everything that we stand for here at the Dental Festival. And what do we stand for? We stand for fun. We don't have anyone judging anyone. It's an equal room. We also stand for innovation, happiness overall, and showing up. This human shows up for everything, and he is the perfect person for the award, and it's Dr. Chris Love. That's not a doctor, he's a hygienist himself. Come on, Chris.
Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! All right, all right.
Appreciate that, bro. That wasn't expecting that at all.
So let's get a picture.
Yes. Woo-hoo!
Congrats. So I don't know if any of you in here are hygienists, like myself and Chris. Does anybody remember when Chris Love went famous over like 1 hour to 1 day? he posted one of his little sexy pictures, and the ladies in Lighthearted RDH went crazy over Chris. He blew up, and then all of a sudden, it was like one day, the whole world of dental hygiene knew him. Look, I'm embarrassing him. And with a name like Chris Love, what do you expect? Oh man, do we have anything else to give out? Nothing to give away. So we're super excited for you all to show up at the Black Tie. I was thinking about going and taking a nap, but I think I'm gonna go hang out at the pool for a little bit. Anybody wanna go to the pool? Woo! So I will see you all tonight at 9 o'clock, or I'll see you, okay. Or I'll see you at the pool. But before that, we have a very special thing that we have made for this event. Everybody, I always say live in the moment, and we capture these moments, and we've been able to put together with our amazing video producing team a montage. Chris and Jordan, thank you guys so much for putting this together for us. Please go ahead and relive this week with our montage. Thank you guys so much. Woo-woo! I don't care what you do, whether you're a hygienist, a dentist, a front office rock star, a vendor, a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, but we are all human. So here at this conference, we are humanizing dentistry, where you'll see everybody at the pool party with tank tops on, and we're on equal playing ground. We want to get to know one another.
So you heard, I'm working on a little thing, but I honestly believe it is the answer to the healthcare crisis in America. Ooh, that's a big vision. I have a big vision. It's a big mission.
So the cool thing about the Dental Festival is you're doing something different, Elijah. You really are. People need to think differently about the dental industry. They need to think differently about working together. So thank you for bringing us all together. This is truly amazing.
Leadership doesn't come with letters after your name. It doesn't come with knowing all the insurance plans. It doesn't come with being 10 years. I've worked here 10 years. I've been here longer than anyone. Leadership is an action. People will follow you based off of your own example. So make the right decision. Do the right things.
Your marketing is the beginning of your patient experience. It's the thing that, patients start their education process. They begin to learn about why you're different and what they can expect in the practice. So these messages are really creating a promise for these patients. But your patient experience is delivering on that promise. And so it has to be aligned with your marketing messages.
Dentistry, you should be proud of yourself. I can't tell you this enough times. Give it up for yourself. I'm proud of you.
We all have something in common. We all woke up today. We were all bestowed a gift. Let's use it. We can mentor, we can coach, we can lead, we can inspire.
Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Embrace every day, be grateful for your health, your family, your friends, and you can start off every day in all its glory, uncertainty, and opportunity.
If the 2020 pandemic taught us anything, it's that life is too short to be overstressed and burned out trying to keep all these balls up in the air. Drop all those balls. I invite you to fully explore your passions and combine the separate ingredients of your life, so you're not only making smiles for your patients, you're also making smiles for yourselves.
This is what I wish for all of you. That in your final days, that you can wake up feeling not regretful, but feeling gratitude that you had the courage to choose a life on your terms.
Be a catalyst. Be kind. Be observant. Be the person that changes someone else's life. But by employing humor, empathy, and grace, you'll change your own.
By working together, offering the solutions that the doctors need, we are going to grow together. And that's what this industry is about. That's what the Dental Festival is about. And that's what Elijah is always preaching to all of us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nashville. And what is this Nashville event all about? Well, first off, I can tell you this. When you purchase a ticket for the Dental Festival in Nashville, you'll be purchasing a ticket that allows you to go to up to 20 different dental conferences. These conferences are usually located all throughout the country at different times, but we've brought everybody together at one place to collaborate. So we're gonna be at the Omni Hotel, the Joseph Hotel, and the Tri-Brand Marriott hotels. Those hotels, literally, you step out the door and you walk across the street. They're all there. And what it looks like as an attendee is each day you get to pick the conference that you want to go to. You only need to purchase one ticket and you get in to all of them. Another really cool thing is this, is that we believe that fun is extremely important. We believe that you learn 10 times faster when you're having fun. And so we believe 50% should be education and 50% should be amazing fun and experiences that you will never forget. So welcome to the Dental Festival in Nashville. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This event is the 6th through the 10th of July in 2022. And if you wanna come for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or 4, that is completely up to you. Same cost of a ticket, and you just pick the conferences that you want to go to. It's totally up to you. We have a central vendor hall where everybody could go and learn about all the different products and innovations in dentistry, and we have separate conferences throughout the entire event that you get to choose from. So whatever you want to be educated on, I'm sure that we have it. Make sure to get your ticket as soon as possible. The sooner you purchase your ticket, the cheaper the ticket will be. And please remember, if you don't like fun, this conference is not for you. But if you like to have the time of your life, Dental Festival's for you. I will see you there.